What else? Are you going to ban Azir?
That's fine. She also saves people. Also saving people. Out. Vitality, getting rid of that Gnar from Source. Always a champion he's doing well on. We see still in Europe, Sejuani is often left open. Sometimes early picked, sometimes not, which is kind of surprising because she's such a good jungler. Zoe banned away, even though it was Caps who first picked it last time. Is he looking for Ryze or Azir? Or will he take the Sejuani and trade
what
Ryze for Azir?
strategy are we going to see?
We saw the first pick Azir from them, you know, last week in the first game they played, and Caps was fantastic on Azir. Alistar banned after Tam Kent was banned by Fnatic. Interesting choice here from Vitality.
Braum's still up and available if you want the safe. Interesting too that they decided that Braum of all the remaining supports should be left open. Of course, Ezreal, Kog'Maw,
But again, there's so many picks you want now. Azir, Ryze, Sejuani, Braum. Very contested. Ezreal is left open in this one as well.
Now, something that the desk already talked about is that Caps is playing incredibly well.
Look at that beard.
Over the last week. They did not talk about the beard. But Caps, as a huge catalyst and playmaker for this team, I like that they're giving him such a strong pick with carry potential.
And yeah, exactly. Set him up to just carry team fights. Ryze as an answer is not a surprise. Jiizuke already played this once and was fantastic on it.
And I feel like this is a huge confidence statement coming in from Caps because Jiizuke's best champion so far has been the Ryze. He's incredibly comfortable on it. Said in a post-game interview, that's a comfort pick.
Sejuani normally coming in here for Broxah, and then Gilius can answer with the Gragas, which we saw last week picked against Sejuani, trying to match some of the tankiness, some of the scaling. Let's see what that happens. I mean, again, Broxah can also look for Kha'Zix if he wants a bit more kill pressure, but Sejuani is typically the safest choice. I actually also think Sejuani is better than Jarvan, but in this case, he wants the Jarvan. A bit more gank pressure early.
We'll see if they want to utilize that pressure because they round out their first pick rotation with yet another scaling option. Tristana can still do damage in the early game, but definitely not an early game pick by any means. Vitality have to figure out what they want next. They're going to opt for the Caitlyn. This is a Minitroupax special. And
when I see this Jarvan as well picked before the AD carry, it allows Vitality to say, okay, we need to pick an AD carry with some sort of jump so that we can get away from a Jarvan ulti, and Caitlyn can do exactly that. Also was a very good pick for Minitroupax last time. He actually ran Gathering Storm on the Caitlyn when he played it last week.
Can we just call that rune Jin Air?
The Jin Air rune, the current meta rune. Almost take it every game at this point with the fairly long games we have. But he actually ran that one. He was fine, saying, you know what, I don't care much about the early game. I just want some more late game power for himself. And with the Braum, it is a good lane. I always like when you have some sort of CC with Caitlyn. Connect one stun from a Braum into a Caitlyn trap. Tough to deal with.
The other thing that I really like about this is something that Pacertime pointed out on Twitter. With all the stopwatches going around, you just Caitlyn, you walk up. Oh, you want to take a break and go into stasis? Well,
you have to give him credit. I was saving that one for later without giving him credit, like it was my point or something. I'd be like, hey guys, I noticed this.
I mean, fellow play-by-play, I got to give him credit when he's smart. Man.
Fine, he deserves that one.
But it is a nice interaction to have. We'll
but did you know that Evelynn can actually hide around structures, even dead turrets, and you won't see it even if you're next to her?
That's brilliant. Did you figure that out on your own?
I'm pretty sure I figured it out and tweeted about it on my account @Zyrene, my second account.
Good to know. Cho'Gath and Shen have been banned
from that one.
Yeah, a lot of little things being learned about this meta as we have a lot of time to learn in these games. Jace banned as well. We'll see if any other potential carry top laners are taken off the board. Not a lot left in the top lane pool. Actually, both Jace and Camille taken away from Cabo.
Okay. Even with Gnar being banned, so sOAZ can't blind pick that one. But of course, Cabochard actually like to pick the carry tops here now in the new season, and they played around him in the early game. sOAZ might just want to get a tank for himself, but I'm looking forward to seeing what support Hylissang will play, because Braum Caitlyn with a roaming Ryze, who we know will run teleport with Spellbook, can actually go bot lane and kill very squishy supports easily.
And let's be clear here, Jiizuke is the roaming Ryze after that first game that they played against Giants. This man leaves lane as quickly as humanly possible.
No Sejuani locked in.
Zach is going to be the follow-up. Does is a solid pick in terms of finding engage, disrupting kind of the Azir as you move later into the game. Definitely not a massive damage threat, but a very powerful tank.
And right now, every single LCK player and coach are watching this pick and ban phase, and they just got a heart attack not seeing that Sejuani. She's 100% pick ban in the LCK. The only champion to be 100% pick ban in the LCK this split. And not locked in this one. Instead, the Zac, more ganking pressure on the side of Vitality with that long range. Now, this support would be very squishy and very easy to attack from Vitality side. They can play around bot lane even squishier.
Even squishier. Little harder to attack, though, as it does have the Monsoon. Janna is going to be the lock-in. This is a weird pick for Hylissang. Hylissang is a playmaker. Hylissang likes to go in, sometimes too much.
I will have you know that in solo queue, people play W max Janna, and they try to assassinate people with that. Could be the way for Hylissang, but in this case, it's mainly picked because he sees the Zac. Zac jumps in, gets knocked back by this Janna here. Lucian!
Who is that? You? Wait. Oh, Cabo with the Lucian top. We've seen this from Cabo once before, if I remember correctly.
I am 99% sure that Cabochard played it before Huni did, up in the top lane. Back when it was all about carry Cabochard, you gank for him 24/7 in that top lane. We go all the way back to Gambit times.
Wait.
Gambit times.
Gambit times? I thought we were talking about the Shook era.
There's been multiple eras where you camp for Cabochard, but I think back to the Gambit times where I seem to remember that he played a lot of Lucian top, and by a lot I mean at least 2 games. He played it.
That's a lot.
He killed
it's
people.
a weird pick. It has never been meta in any circumstance.
I will have you know that in one NA playoffs, it was meta for 1 game, and then they lost, and it wasn't meta anymore.
And always my favorite fun fact that everyone will point out every time Lucian top is picked up against Fnatic is that Dylan Falco, original Lucian top picker for Huni, playing up against him. I want to see how this works out, Deficio. We haven't talked about the compositions yet. Let's set some stakes. Let's set some expectations here. Vitality, what are they trying to do?
They are trying to play very aggressive in the early game. I love to see that from them. When you have Lucian top lane, you need him to win lane. And he can win the lane, especially against things like Vladimir. He can be a massive lane bully. Play around that lane if you want the Lucian to be the one taking down the turret. But they can also swap it to bottom side because it's a Janna. Squishy support. No time camps this time around. Fnatic banned that on their own. So right here, if Jiizuke can get pushed in the mid lane, him and Gilius together can go top or bot lane, and they can get kills both lanes. We should see a lot of early game action here from Vitality.
I like the stakes you're setting, Deficio. Fnatic versus Vitality. Will Fnatic find a win here and tie them up, or will Vitality remain undefeated after day 2 or day 1 of week 2?
And I just got confirmation that in 2016 Spring Split, Cabochard was the first, before Huni, to play the Lucian top lane. He is now the OG LCS Lucian top player.
Yeah. You be excited like that guy.
And I think it was on Vitality and not Gambit, as I said, so I only got it 80%.
We both
right.
got half right. Together we make 1 correct.
It's been a lot of Cabochard over the years, so it's hard to remember.
There's been a lot of
exactly
Cabochard playing
team it was
champions
on.
that he gets camped for that are weird and sometimes a little outside of the meta. But I'm curious to see what Lucian is going to do here. Airy is the option. We will get, of course, the Keystones up right now.
A lot of poke coming in from Cabochard here. Wants to try and out-trade Vladimir in the early game when Vladimir is not getting that much sustain back, when Vladimir's damage is not very high. Also very tough to get enough early armor. Back before runes reforged, you could just stack a lot of early armor with your runes, and you could actually be very defensive. Do enjoy your toast. I will do the casting then. Now,
to tell people.
you can't really get that much armor. You can get, 5 from the runes, and sOAZ will probably pick that with the Resolve tree second. As we can see, he is, of course, Inspiration first and then Resolve second. Wants some early resistance against Cabochard. Now I just want to see where Gilius wants to go, because top lane is an option for him with the Lucian here.
And we were kind of wondering why they didn't opt for this Juan. So maybe he is going to use some of Zac's more creative gank pathing to shut down some of these laners early on, to snowball a Lucian or a Lucian or a Ryze rather. No Jace here.
Also, the Zac with his passive tower diving is definitely an option for himself. So Gilius is an important member to watch on the Vitality side. On the other one, Broxah. What's his answer? Does he go top lane where there's no CC provided from the Vladimir to try and kill the Lucian who can dash away from him? Does have the damage to do it, but can he lock him down in time? And bot lane, do you want to gank for Janna lane? Not really. That's very tough to do. So Broxah is in for a very defensive early game where counter ganking might be more what he's looking for.
And I really like that this matchup is happening now. These teams have picked something other than just scaling, because these are 2 of the most successful early game aggressive teams we've seen so far in terms of Vitality absolutely crushing in the early game against Giants in their first matchup. Rather, yes. And then, of course, Fnatic doing incredibly well across both their games really early on.
Broxah did find Gilius at the red buff, Plays the ward as well, so communicating. He's now on top side. Mid lane Jiizuke here, good early trading. One thing I really love about Jiizuke is how aggressive he plays the laning phase. Doesn't matter if it's level 1, level 3, level 5, he's trying to consistently be in your face.
And look at his confidence. There's no Ryze ult, there's no stopwatch yet. This is pretty high risk play if he doesn't know exactly where the Jarvan is.
And it's an Italian rookie right here, playing aggressive on the LCS stage. Not scared at all. I loved his first interview with Medic. After they won the first game, he said, you know what? Being on stage makes me play even better. Because he loves the crowd, he loves people cheering when something is happening, and he loves the extra pressure.
I like it. Looking confident as he continues to push forward, but Broxah looking to punish some of this confidence. Knows he has a small window.
Looking to recall with Caps, hand in hand.
That's teamwork right there.
It is. Do not let your mid laner go back to base alone.
Well, as the mid laner's back, can't turn our attention to the bottom side of the map. Minitroupax, consistent AD carry threat here, going up against Rekkles and Hylissang. And he's talked about, you know, being kind of one of the new Prodigy rookie AD carries, right? A lot of people looking at this guy. Not as many as Upset, though. And I think if he's able to take down Rekkles here, it's going to be all eyes on Minitroupax.
Well, it is a little bit tough, just pure laning-wise 2v2, now that it is Janna against a melee support. But again, if you can all in, that's how you can always kill these Janna lanes. We do get the unkillable Minitroupax.
Still has not died, folks.
It's the only player in the EU LCS, still not died.
21 KDA, you can see pretty dominant and across all of his lanes. Good damage output as well. I wonder if they're going to try to continue that trade. Jacktroll is on a one-man mission to out-trade Rekkles here. It's not going super well, but of course, double targets makes it easy to
well, he's running biscuits right now from the inspiration tree, so a little bit extra sustain for him. Gilius needs to show us why he wanted Zach over Sejuani. Might get a taste of it right here.
Elastic Slingshot charged up, immediately canceled.
Didn't want that one. I think Vitality communicated there was a ward just outside the Tri-Brush, which is why he's not showing himself. Broxah, we'll see if he can find something in the jungle. Ooh, look at each other. This is actually a jungle matchup I've been looking forward to, because Gilius was very vocal last week about how he didn't feel like Broxah was doing that well, despite Fnatic winning, despite a lot of people talking about Broxah. And I really want to see them now face each other, see which jungle comes out on top.
So trading continues now in mid lane, but it's good that you bring that up. Suki and Caps both trading blow for blow, because Broxah has been kind of a center of attention a lot, especially after Fnatic failed to really edge it out over Misfits, and after some struggles in their first week at Worlds. Not always the most active player. Is usually where the team needs him to be, but not always the guy to make the big plays on his own. Maybe that changes this time around. Or is Gilius going to be the one to outplay?
They get some damage here from Fnatic's side. Good block.
Breakable comes out. Jacktroll actually taking a lot of damage here. Rekkles, good confidence comes in. Explosive charge is going to detonate. Jacktroll, no stacks left, actually. One finally coming up.
Vitality, they're not really respecting how far forward the wave was actually gone and kind of caught. Not having a way to run back to the turret without taking damage. A good trade again for Fnatic. We're kind of waiting to see if Jiizuke can get out of this lane here. He did not swap to TP early. Kept it with the heal. So he's not being able to kind of get enough pressure to leave the lane and start roaming. Gilius also is just kind of farming for level 6 at the moment. Or will he try and gank mid here? Might get the first one.
Slingshot. Leaping forward. Can't set it up. It's going to get knocked back. Ooh. Excellent use of the ultimate coming out from Caps. Good escape.
Pretty cool right there from Caps' side. First gank from Gilius, not a success. Caps will just get to kill this wave here, and Jiizuke gets to finally go back to base. He's been trying now for a few seconds. Cabochard, meanwhile, top lane. Not getting a big enough CS advantage just yet, but he can start applying some pressure on the turret. And then if Vitality moves to top side with Ryze and Zach, we can get that kill. Oh,
Gilius, the cancel! Leap forward, point and click, knock down, first blood! Adam, that's the aggression we were waiting for. Look at the play coming in from Gilius.
Showing why he wanted to play that Zach. Jumping over the wall, Caps was not ready for it. Early first blood, went over to the Ryze. Gilius now looking for more in the bottom lane.
This man is hungry. He is looking to make plays. Hylissang, very vulnerable target, goes forward. Does manage to connect. Ooh, Rekkles just out of range before he can snap him back.
Yeah, you want to get onto the Janna right there, who can't just jump away like Rekkles just did. Gilius did use his sweeper to try and deny vision in that brush before he got in there, but 2 ganks now, or 3, I should say. 1 assist for Gilius. Decent start with the Zach, and Vitality, again, they really want to play fast here in the early game. They want to use the fact they have a Lucian top lane and a Ryze who can set up ganks with Zac so effectively, because you just got to time. The Rune Prison comes down with the Zac flying over the wall. If you don't have a flash, it's hard to get away from that.
And now we look at this one more time.
All right, this is a long replay, by the way, because this is the first gank. Jiizuke, recall, interrupted. Gilius shows up. Caps plays this one cool. He wins this one, 1-0 for Caps at the moment.
Doesn't burn flash, I like that.
Gilius, he stays, he knows. This is not over yet, because Caps is low. Predicts that he's just going to sit and recall there, walks over. Caps did not see it, or he thought he could just recall in time. And then they're using both summoners and still die.
Absolutely brutal. And now this is concerning because one of the things we've seen from Fnatic so far is usually they are very much in control of the early game. They've been playing well so far, but it looks like Vitality going not only blow for blow, but finding an advantage here early on.
Yeah, because we've seen Fnatic now struggle when it comes to closing out the game, especially around Baron. They are getting a little bit too greedy. They chase the kill over the vision, not taking the safe play. Cabochard. See if he can get some damage on sOAZ.
Only comes out, does force the pool. Is he going to want to push any farther?
It's a little bit more damage. Cabochard actually went for early Cutlass here, so gets a bit of lifesteal as well, and tries to see if he can use the active to actually keep sOAZ in check and take him down. Gilius will be spotted by this one, but the gold grab we saw before here is important because Fnatic not been losing the early game just yet here in the EU LCS. 2 good games winning early on. This one down 100 gold. Shock, drama.
Gilius.
Gilius.
Got the creeps to set it up. Is going to try to pull him back. Canceled out by the CC. Now in trouble. Caps running for his life. Broxah is there as well. Gilius is solo, but it's Cabo on the backside. No! This man cannot back! Do not push the B button! You will die! Oh! Vitality, the movement across the map, the use of pressure. Fantastic early game play from them.
It is so fun to see a team looking for early kills, looking for early ganks. Hylissang and Rekkles are trying to see if they can get some damage on the bot lane turret, but they gotta respect it. Their mid laners now died twice. Soon, the Ryze can start roaming, and then he can go bot and try and give some kills.
We gotta give a little bit of credit to Rekkles. He is building up a CS lead, is making use of the fact that they have a range support to keep applying pressure on the bottom side. But right now, it is not enough.
And this is kind of one of the answers we have been waiting for. The range support being picked against these melee supports so you can win the lane. Still the risk for range support is the fact that you can't get ganked, you can't get shut down with some of the CC. And again, it's hard to poke the melee support out of lane due to double relic shield sustain. Gilius shot that one towards his own side to see if he can kill 2 wards right there. Broxah, sad, he just placed both wards with his striker's knife and then they got killed instantly.
And Deficio, I like the target priority coming out from the side of Vitality. Cap's a guy who's been playing so well. They're shutting him down early. They're making sure he can't find any kind of advantage.
And let's go back to Rift Rivals. Let's go back to EU playoffs. Teams beat Fnatic by ganking mid early, shutting down Caps because he did not get any help. You see the numbers on your screen right there. If you don't gank Caps early, he does insane amount of damage, kills a lot of people, and barely dies. But now they're trying to shut down Hylissang.
Yeah, but Hylissang, good use of the Tornado, is going to make it out. And Deficio, I think we're starting to see a bit of a style emerge for Vitality in the sense that in both their first game and this game, very clear goals. Pick a lane, shut it down, put the pressure there, take that person out over and over again. And Gilius, rinsing and repeating. Knock back immediately, but the point-and-click CC still makes it too easy. Caps is going to drop again. No, Jiizuke now on the hunt, the flash forward. Caps in trouble, the auto to bring it home. Broxah wants to bring it in. Oh, he's poured down! Clean play from the side of Vitality.
And Fnatic, they don't have an answer when you're camping mid lane. Gilius with the Zac pick. 3 successful ganks. Jiizuke knowing he can get the kill and use the stopwatch to then ult away. Great play around this lane here between Gilius and Jiizuke. Cabochard, he's not dominating his lane. He's actually taking quite some damage now.
So I starting to feel a bit more confident. Does have the Zhonya's under his belt, so a lot of defensive stats available. Maybe Jiizuke now going to spread the love. He's got a big advantage. He knows it. He's moving to the top side. Even spotted on the ward, not concerned. Knows that him just being here is going to force sOAZ to back off.
And he can kill a control ward on the way if he can't kill sOAZ, so at least he gets something. We'll preview what's going to happen later. The Ryze unleashed, ulting over the walls. Gilius is actually waiting in mid. I don't think Caps is expecting this one.
Knocked up. Bit of damage. Just poking at him. Caps cannot feel comfortable in this mid lane. Now, we wanted to know why he was picking the Zac. It is those unpredictable gank angles. Caps never sees these one coming.
Let's see this one again here, because Caps is doing his job. He's staying on the other side of the map, where he has vision. And then still the Zac can reach him, and he tries to then ult Zac away. But because Gilius connects the CC, it allows him to stay and hit Caps enough to actually kill him. And Broxah thinks he can get a return kill, but then Ryze says nope, ults out in him. Gilius joins with his ulti.
I think. Look at this man.
The Italian stallion.
Look at this man. And you can't hear it at home, but just to be clear, anytime a kill happens, this man just screams. He just goes nuts. And so it's like a herald. It's like a warning to us that something crazy is about to happen on screen. I like the confidence. I like the energy. And it's so rare that we see a rookie come onto the stage with this much confidence. You already talked about it earlier, but I feel like we have to hit it again.
Despite 3 kills for Vitality, Fnatic are still currently ahead in this game. It's only about 200 gold, but they got the bot lane tower because Rekkles and Hylissang have been able to just perma-push that lane. Can someone let Caps recall for once? I think he finally gets to recall.
Can we get the Caps recall?
Can we look at Caps if he's recalling here?
Recall.
Oh, hey. He's in base.
Oh, he made it back.
He did it.
All the Caps fans.
He's alive.
You can breathe a sigh of relief. He is alive. He has completed his first item.
There we go, the crowd.
Found a guy with a Fnatic jersey in the crowd. We'll assume he's a Caps fan.
Found 2 more.
2 more. And now Vitality are going to try to get an objective of their own.
Oh, every time I see a tornado, I'm like, that could steal it. I've seen it steal Barons,
Bloodwater?
Drakes.
Bloodwater?
Yeah,
is that you?
That's the old school one. I'm like, no, it could happen. But Fnatic, still, because of the bot lane winning, they got the bot lane tower down.
Yeah, it's important to 100% important to acknowledge this because you see Vitality making plays, and if you're not looking at the gold numbers, you're just going to assume that they're winning the game. But Fnatic are doing so well in terms of getting gold on the map.
And another thing, sOAZ did not get camped in the early game. He's not been shut down. He's winning farm. He got early armor. Cabochard is not able to kill him. And Vladimir late game is 10 times better than the Lucian.
Hylissang, good tornado interrupt. Not going to be able to pull him back. Gilius is now in trouble. Cell division is going to be used. Minitroupax going to ward him off, but Jiizuke is on the backside. Hylissang is in no man's land. TP is coming in. Monsoon might buy a bit of time, but that's one picked up for Vitality. What else can they get off the back?
Well, Fnatic got to kill top lane on Cabochard, so they should be able to get top lane tower once again. Fnatic are responding, just cross-mapping this time around. The lane that's winning really hard on top side is so good for Fnatic because this Vladimir late game is amazing. And of course, Rekkles winning on bottom side, meaning that Tristana is getting the farm. So Fnatic, despite losing mid lane a few times, are still doing just fine.
And this is what I like. This is the adaptation. This is the growth from Fnatic that a lot of people we might not see. But Caps getting shut down is not the end of the world for Fnatic. The rest of the lanes are stepping up. They say, hey, you want to put everything mid lane? We'll win elsewhere on the map.
And that's why it's important now that Jiizuke is using his advantage to now snowball a side lane. Because both these side lanes have lost the turrets now. And we need this 2-0-2 Ryze and a 0-0-4 Zac to spread the pressure elsewhere. Killing Caps over and over and over is not going to do more for Vitality now. It's been great what they've been doing so far. Broxah even gets to sneak this Rift out. He's been on it for quite a while. After they actually killed top lane, he went straight towards it. And he will get another objective here for Fnatic.
Good start for Fnatic. Need to convert this into a tower. For now, Vitality have both the gold lead, the kill lead, and the dragon lead.
Let's see top lane here. Cabochard thinking it's just a one-on-one for now. So as trading with him on the turret, knowing now he can outsustain him. And then suddenly, we have Broxah and Caps showing up. Caps is very angry, by the way. He really
he's
wants
looking for revenge. Broxah tries to put him in the dunk tank. Cabo says no. Outplayed. Yeah. Sadly. Few too many flags, few too many soldiers. Not going to let it happen.
Meanwhile, bot lane here. We talked about how you can try and gank and shut down the Janna. While Gilius did not connect his ulti, he bought enough time for Jiizuke to move from mid. And once Hylissang is caught by any sort of CC, there's another one following. A trap, a Braum stun, Braum ulti. Hylissang dies.
That's why, one of the reasons why we don't see a whole ton of Janna. Not a lot of options. But you can see here on the side, 31.6% jungle proximity this game for Jiizuke. It has been all about the mid lane jungle duo.
Oh, Gilius is trying to see, that's risky.
Vladimir's right there. He's going to get pushed back. Cannot be disabled. Should be able to make it out. Jiizuke on the backside.
Yeah, Cabochard was still sitting bot lane, so not a good play from Gilius. Fnatic was sitting with 5 members ready to take that fight.
They have a team very well equipped for sieging. A lot of wave clear between the Azir and the Vladimir. A lot of range on the Tristana. The AD steroid for the Janna as well. So the team now going to split up. Go back to their respective lanes. Not going to give up any pressure anywhere else. And engage the warded Gilius, forced to burn that flash in the end.
Once again, looking at the Ryze. Fed 2 items, tier stacking. TP in the side lane. Level 13, 2 levels above Caps at the moment. He's super strong in that side lane, but Fnatic are trying to match it by sending 2 members. So Rekkles and Hylissang are sitting against Jiizuke. Meaning, obviously, in mid lane, Vitality will have the numbers advantage to try and push the lane, but Azir is very good at trying to hold a lane, even in a 1v2, because of his long range. Sadly for Caps, there is no mid lane tower to hide behind.
But a lot of confidence still put into Caps. They know they can rely on this guy to last in a 2v1 scenario, that he is not going to take any risks, that he is not going to go down, that he knows his role in this case. Now the question is, what is the next move for Vitality? Fnatic seem content just to match, just to push these lanes back out. Vitality have been the proactive team thus far. Can they keep the momentum going? The gold, not massively in their favor. It is a little bit of an edge. But what is their next move?
And normally here, you want to play around your strongest side lane, which is the Ryze. But because there's double TP on Vitality's side, they can technically make cross-map plays and still react with globals. But I would like to see Vision placed on the side where Jiizuke is playing. Let him actually push his lane, look for skirmishes, and potentially see if he can actually get some damage on this turret here. 19 minutes though, so Baron is spawning soon. And both teams have been very active in this early game. We could see some early plays around that big objective.
Ooh, a lot of resources went to shutting down Jiizuke early on. Now we're going to see if any more go forward. You can see, of course, tomorrow match of the week is going to be Fnatic versus G2. We'll see if Fnatic are coming in positive spirits. Still have to take down Vitality first.
Fnatic here, they're saying, okay, we know you can play around the Ryze, so we're doing the exact same thing to try and stop Jiizuke from doing anything. Multiple members and Vision on top side. They're even hiding now. Cabochard will step forward. Does he smell it?
Cabochard will.
What's the smell of Fnatic? We don't know, but Cabochard smelled it.
How many sleep powered? Cannot make it out. Way too much damage.
I mean, he actually was like, they're probably sitting there waiting, so he didn't just rush forward. But then he couldn't stop himself. He needed those minions. And Fnatic, 3 members jump Cabochard again and kill him. This Lucian has been shut down in the early game.
And the goal just about dead even. And Vladimir is absolutely going to outscale when it comes to team fights. So 100%. Much AoE damage. Vitality has to be careful. They can't really afford to fall behind here. There is still a ton of scaling on both sides, but Azir, Vladimir, that is terrifying to play against the later it gets.
We also have to remember that Zac in late game team fights against Azir and Janna, it's not very fun. Even Rekkles with his ulti, like there are so many tools for Fnatic to knock Gilius away before he can try and use his ulti, unless he's instantly clicking. When he jumps in, to be like, haha, you can't knock me away now. But people just walk out of that one most of the time. So as long as Fnatic does not get hit by the initial knock-up from Gilius engage, they should be able to jump away or move away from the Zac. And then after the ulti is gone, Zac won't do anything because he can't get close to any member with all the kiting options from Fnatic's side.
And the execution is possible, but it's so difficult. This is one of those scenarios where they need the perfect flank or the perfect setup or a pick-off to start the fight in their favor, whereas Fnatic get to play that standard, tanks on the front line or tankier members on the front line. Carry threats on the back with a Janna to protect, Azir to wall off as well, but Jiizuke continues to be a side lane threat. Cabo might not match up comfortably against sOAZ, but the Ryze sure can.
And again, it's so important that Jiizuke is doing this, that he can use his big advantage from the early game, because everything was invested around mid. Everything. They didn't go to try and save any other lanes, they just went for mid lane. He is getting a lot of damage on the bot lane tower, so that is good, but he has very limited vision on bottom side. One member from Fnatic needs to go missing, and Jiizuke doesn't really know if he's bot lane. That's a lot of damage.
Ooh. Ultimate has to be used by sOAZ, needs the healing, has to use the pool as well. But Jiizuke putting down so much pressure can start to push in on this tower. Creep wave coming in.
We have to remember, a lot of armor on the side of sOAZ. Stacked armor against Cabochard. Now he's facing the Ryze. Not exactly what his items are built for, so it makes it even harder for him to hold this one.
Definitely a bit of an uncomfortable scenario. sOAZ is now returning full health. Jiizuke is still going to move forward to take down this tower. Protobelt clears out a few of the creeps, but Vitality making great use of this 1-3-1.
And Fnatic are keeping Rekkles Hylissang on top side because Baron is alive. So they don't want to move the teleport away from the bot lane. They don't want to risk sending 2 or 3 guys down to kill Jiizuke and then losing a Baron or being forced into a bad Baron fight. So they're sitting in a tough spot when it comes to the side lane because of all the armor on sOAZ against this very fed Ryze that is also level 15.
Oh, Cabo now in trouble. They're just going to cut through him again. He doesn't have any options. Fnatic see an easy target, and they're more than happy to take the shot.
And Vitality, they see almost nothing in their own topside jungle. That's why they can keep jumping Cabochard. We might get another move here because they're going mid lane.
Fnatic have the vision control in this area. It is all dark. Vision cuts out. Vitality looking to retake control. They need mid lane priority, and they don't have it. Caps May not be the strongest member of the team, but he is happy to start pushing these waves out.
It's again the thing about Azir, just sitting and holding mid, perma pushing it with these soldiers. Minitroupax is trying to match it every time. He's not able to get full mid lane priority, because if you can push into mid, you can stop Fnatic from making these plays on top side, because you can move multiple members of top lane after you've already pushed in mid. And then it gets really difficult for Rekkles to play side lane, but Rekkles, he's in his element right here. He's put Hylissang on a very short leash and said, just follow me. We go side lane and we kill Cabochard.
It's working out too for the team. Those two in Broxah making short work of the Lucian time and time again. And of course, as we check in on the items, you can see Ardent Sensor coming in as well. So clearly Hylissang is on the leash, I think, as you put it.
Yes, a very short one. This is not a classic Hylissang thing. Normally he wants to be in the front line, engaging fights, but he's sitting.
This is not Unicorns of Love Hylissang. This is Fnatic Hylissang. He is the third summoner spell for young Rekkles here. He is the extra escape, and it's not a bad place to be, of course. If you're going to do it with any AD carry, Rekkles seems like a good fit. The question is, how are these two AD carries going to stack up against each other? You can see right now, at least, a little bit of an itemization edge for Minitroupax. The extra Zeal in his back pocket. The 3-item threshold going to be very troublesome for any carry trying to survive across from him.
And now they have mid lane priority because they pushed in the turret, and Rekkles needs to recall, knowing multiple members can show up. So by Vitality just getting finally a push with multiple members mid, they do stop pressure top. But Baron is still there, 25 minutes in. Jiizuke is still trying to trade with sOAZ.
So there's a lot of confidence. Moves forward with the Tides of Blood.
Level 16 now.
To level 14 of sOAZ, 2-level lead there as well. Highest level player in the game by 2 levels across the board.
A problem though for Vitality is they can't actually walk into the river and just clear full Baron vision. Again, because top lane is always pushed against them by Rekkles, and now mid lane is pushed against them as well. So they don't actually have a way to move into this Baron river, set up all the vision, and then when Jiizuke is winning a trade bot lane, they start the Baron, he TPs in, and they try and take the fight. And it's a problem for them. They can try and swap the Ryze to top side, so he can actually try and push in that lane, try and kill this top lane tier 1 tower, and then you get more control around the Baron area. But right now, Jiizuke is just looking for that blue buff.
And with Jiizuke as the biggest carry threat on this team, yes, he has the TP available, but if Fnatic try to start a fight and he gets there late, it could be absolutely devastating. sOAZ still a very big threat. You can see the itemization coming through. Does just finish the Liandry's. You are approaching this point for sOAZ where you are a team fighting nightmare for Vitality to deal with, and if Jiizuke is just locked in the side lane fighting him, that only gets worse.
Yeah, sOAZ just needs to not die. There's no tier 2 turret for Jiizuke to kill. He needs to kill an inhib turret, which is almost impossible to do for him alone. So at the moment, he's just trying to concentrate with sOAZ, who's just trying to sustain himself. He's trying now, he's getting close to the turret, but Vitality actually need more pressure on top side to force a fight at Baron if they want to use this advantage they have with the Ryze. Caps is going bot lane.
Jiizuke,
1v2.
could be in trouble. A lot of damage goes in, but he's shielding up so quickly. Caps is in trouble. Jiizuke looking for the outplay. Can he get it? That's 1. Might just look for 2. He's feeling himself. I can hear him hollering on stage. He wants 1 more, and he's gonna get it. Trouble. Outplayed.
But Fnatic, why are you trying to 2v1 this super fat Ryze? Jiizuke, he wants you to do that. He wants you to come fight him in the bottom lane. sOAZ just wanted to hold the wave. He's like, no, please, Caps, don't force me into a fight.
4-0-2 for Jiizuke.
And now they can start the Baron.
In style, grin on his face. He says, this is my Baron. This is our pit. Vitality moving. Jiizuke still hungry for blood, still looking for a little bit more.
And he stops Broxah from getting into the Baron pit. Jiizuke had no outer turret to kill in the bottom lane. He was looking for the inhib turret, would have taken him quite some time to actually take it down. And Fnatic were just stalling on the rest of the map, top and mid lane. And suddenly, the minions in mid got buffed by the Baron. Now we're back down bottom, and Caps like, we can kill this guy 2v1. But Jiizuke is fed. And he's strong. Nice dodging around, lands great damage onto Caps instantly. And now he knows he can get it with just the E and auto. And sOAZ is never going to kill him.
It's just so grim. You can see almost the blood rush coming up. Not going to get it. Or rather, the Crimson Rush. Look, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this man's face. He doesn't know fear. The concept is beyond him. It is all confidence all the time.
And now he's top lane, getting another turret for his team. Camping for Jiizuke in the early game. Definitely just paid off here for Vitality. He's looking for another one, and they're looking for mid lane turret.
Gilius just going to move into that mid lane tower. Rekkles is trying to split push back.
Race.
They're trying to force them into an awkward spot. They want to see if their decision-making is going to hold up. But they're happy with this. Vitality says, hey, we'll gladly try to grab this inhibitor tower from you. Rekkles, unfortunately, going to have to back off. Him and Hylissang are hesitating. Rekkles is instead going to take the Wolves.
Well, yeah, of course, Jiizuke just recalled. You do not want to fight this, man. They walk away, learning from their past mistakes. Level 18 on this Ryze at 28 minutes. Look at his items. Oh my god, he is so fed at the moment.
And here's the thing, for a moment there, I thought Fnatic have stalled it out. Fnatic have stopped the pressure. They are scaling up. The Vladimir is getting stronger and stronger. All they need to do is wait, and they'll eventually be able to fight this lineup. They need Caps to get a few more items. And then Fnatic commit 2 members bot side.
Which they didn't have to do.
And Jiizuke absolutely outplays.
Yeah, Fnatic should actually be happy enough to stall in the game. And now suddenly Vitality get a 3 to 4k gold lead based off Jiizuke's outplay bot lane. Death cap just completed for the Ryze.
Eyes on Caps. Will get spotted out by the sweeper, just a silhouette, but that's enough to warn the team for any kind of flank engage.
I will have you know, at 29 minutes, with the Infernal Drake as well, Jiizuke is sitting on just about 850 AP.
Has the elixir as well. 5 items. That is a strong Ryze. And Minitroupax is on 3.5 items as well. So if you ignore him, things are going to get grim. TP's coming in for the Lucian. Cabochard has been kind of just in the background, but Gilius is going to leap in, immediately deny the engage. Rekkles trying to make his way out. Gilius flashing forward, but not going to grab anything in exchange. Fnatic are holding on. sOAZ is on the backside, but a quick exhaust going to stop any follow-up. Coling comes out. No one going to drop. Nobody going to get cold in the end. Vitality on the retreat as Fnatic managed to hold.
Saw some of those concerns we had with the Zac against this comp here from Fnatic. So many ways to stop his jump, stop him from actually doing anything in team fights. Cabochard just TP'd in because he just wants to play League of Legends. And Fnatic kind of shut him down early.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, Deficio, I don't think Cab was going to get to play League of Legends for the rest of this game.
I feel like if he just like picks heal, presses heal next to Jiizuke, he's kind of part of it. Yeah. He's like, hey, look, I gave you something.
Ooh, we should get an Ardent too. Just heal him up.
Oh.
Support Lucian top.
Could get a Knight's Vow.
Could get a Knight's Vow.
Maybe he should just sell all his items. He's clearly not doing any damage anyway.
It's just, I feel for Cabo, right? Because clearly the call and Champ Select is like, all right, we're going to snowball one of these 2 lanes. Gilius is going to look for a gank. One of you guys is going to get it. Cabo's like, oh man, I hope it's me this time.
50-50.
I hope I'm going to be the guy.
Side.
Oh, I hope he ganks the Vlad. Nope, went mid. Cabo has to sit in lane with the Vladimir. Loses kill pressure very quickly as Fnatic clearly take it as an invitation to camp him.
And Jiizuke...
No!
Remember when we said he had over 850 AP?
No, that's... Okay, they're not pausing, it's not a bug. That's actually just how much damage Ryze does.
What we're learning this game is whenever Fnatic tries to do anything against Jiizuke, he just kills them.
But if you try to kill Cabo,
then you get kills. But now, Vitality are taking mid inhib.
This was such a back and forth game in terms of gold value, but Vitality feel like they've been in the driver's seat from the start, and they're just keeping it going. Eyes on Gilius. Look for the elastic slingshot to come in. sOAZ trying to find an option onto the front line. Gilius in the middle of everybody. Trying to leap out, but will get locked up. Is in the middle of the team. Gilius could be in trouble. TP coming in on the backside. Jiizuke's going to port out. The rest of the team going to lead. Gilius!
Left alone.
Yeah.
You don't want to give away extra gold by Jiizuke potentially dying.
You can. But clearly a little bit of a split call there. Gilius goes in, hits the stretching strikes, misses everything else, and the team says, okay.
There is a good chance the call from Gilius was hit the turret while I dive the backline and I buy time, you know, passive, ulti, everything. But the rest of Vitality didn't go for the turret here. Fnatic are still in this game. Like, this game is so fun to watch because while there's so many back and forths, and while Jiizuke is so fed, the game is by no means over.
And here's the thing, is Jiizuke is fed, and he can 1v1 anybody, but he still can't walk face first into an Azir Tristana when there are enough people there to block him.
Currently, full item build, 32 minutes into the game. Almost 400 CS for himself. Rekkles beating him in this game at the moment with their Tristana. 3 items only completed. He should sit on quite some gold. Yeah, Rekkles is sitting on 3,400 gold at the moment. So he's going to go back, complete a full item as well for himself. Jiizuke did not get that one.
Goes in. Root comes out. Hylissang to do what he can to peel, but both of them know better than to actually try to pick a fight there. All of Vitality is ready on the top side. Baron respawning in a minute, Dragon in just 47 seconds. So there will be some objectives to fight over if Fnatic feel comfortable to take some of these team fights.
I mean, there's another objective. It's called Jiizuke, the raid boss in the side lane.
Yeah.
You'd probably have to send 5 members. You need a tank, you need a healer.
It's just bad because there's no enrage timer, there's no mechanic. He just does 100% full damage all the time.
Yeah, it's not very balanced with the amount of damage he's actually dealing to you.
Worst raid boss ever. I mean, strongest, most terrifying to play against, but yeah, poorly designed. Why does he hurt so bad, man?
Oh, Rekkles is sneaking his way here down in the bottom lane. Hylissang, again, short leash, needs to stay close to Rekkles. If he's too far away, he gets smacked.
And I like the creative play coming in here from Fnatic. There is a ward there.
Oh no, he's recalling without Rekkles.
There's a ward there.
See, now Rekkles is calling from Hilly, what are you doing? Come here. And Hilly's, he's on his way. He's here.
I think Vitality spotted Hylissang on the ward. They know Vladimir's there clearly.
Oh.
Rest of the team just going to move towards Baron. They saw them on the bottom side. How quickly can they cut through this? They have the Lucian with the Blade of the Rune King.
I like the traps here as well for Minitroupax, trying to make it even harder for Fnatic to take a fight.
Good use of the blue trinket to spot this out, but now it's started and Fnatic don't have a ton of options to get in. Vladimir is on the way into the fight.
That's a lot of
Rekkles
damage.
and Caps already. They have...
Oh, there's no control ward in the pit from Vitality. They can't deny any vision.
Want a little bit of something. They're not able to get it. Broxah is able to steal it back. sOAZ is suddenly in the middle of the team, but the rest of Fnatic have made the call. It is time to retreat. sOAZ is healing up, trying to kill anybody he can, but he is the sacrifice for Fnatic to stay in this game. Will Broxah give his life too? Flag and Drag takes him out.
Oh, he's gonna kite around.
Gilius is going to track him down. Broxah should go down here. Cabochard finally on the hunt. This is his time. He says, hey, Broxah, all that time in the lane phase you spent ganking me. It's not going to matter because Minitroupax is going to look for the kill. The Italian Stallion here as well, and Broxah runs for his life as Fnatic take the Ocean Drake in the meantime. A few kills traded, but a huge win for Fnatic there.
Once again, this game is not over. Fnatic find a way to stay alive. They still need Caps to get a lot of items here. 3.5 items for this 0-4 Azir. First pick as well in this game. Shut down by Gilius and Jiizuke together. Let's see the play. Big mistake from Vitality not having any control wards in this pit, so they can't deny any vision. We're right back live because Cabochard almost got attacked. Hylissang though is too far away from Rekkles at the moment. This is gonna cause some problems when they get home.
Someone is screaming. I hear people screaming on stage. It means Vitality's about to make a play. They're looking. Locked up Rekkles. Braum is there as well, but there's no one there to deal damage. Big commitment from Vitality onto this. Multiple members have been marked up. Gilius goes in. Hylissang tries to push it back, but Cabo is here. That's the calling. Minitroupax. Cabo, the team, Rekkles, torn through and taken down.
Fnatic's bottom lane, or Fnatic's AD carry, decided to push the bot lane on his own. Didn't have any support. The rest of the team was not even nearby. He got caught
with fire. Really get taken down. Ace in the hole. Nice block comes in from Caps. sOAZ on the way to back him up as well, but a minute 48 left on the Baron. They have done nothing with it so far. Deficio, get out the brass knuckles. I think we need a PC to hit.
I brought my baseball bat this time.
It's like Office Space, League of Legends edition.
Actually,
we actually have no idea as to what the reason is paused. We will update you.
The camera is on Vitality for
as we get more information from the production team. And you can see Jiizuke. Look at him. He's patting.
7 kills. Good. 7 kills for Jiizuke in this game. 10 kills in total for Vitality. Thumbs up as well.
You see that? That was your face right there. Nice.
Oh, this is a risky thing. Rekkles decided to push bot lane on his own. I have actually no idea why he was so far away from the rest of the team, but it ended up costing him a lot, and a lot of time wasted with that Baron buff. Big mistake.
It's tough, because Fnatic...
it's on that side again. Same spot. Either we blame the top laners or the PC.
And we can't blame sOAZ. He's been sitting there farming all game.
He's definitely been farming all game. He's getting quite strong on this Vladimir. He's level 18 as well now, so I'm kind of waiting for him to walk into that team fight and see if he can kill any of the carries on Vitality's side. Once again, the 5-on-5 from Fnatic is strong. It's very, very strong. You got a lot of disengage, Azir ulti, Tristana ulti, Janna ulti, against things like the Zac, who wants to try and jump in, he will get denied. But if this Fnatic lineup gets caught out a little bit, if Jiizuke gets the flank,
it's fragile.
He can kill someone in a matter of seconds, especially Hylissang will die in like 1 second.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's take a look at Rekkles spending a little bit too much time on the bottom side of the map. What exactly happened here?
Yeah, let's look at it.
Of course, first we're going to look at the Baron, because this is a pretty big pivotal moment for Fnatic.
Again, no control wards from Vitality. Yamada Cannon will not be happy about this Baron here. Broxah gets the chance to go in, gets the steal as well, and while they can kill sOAZ because it's hard to get away from this Caitlyn trap. Once you hourglass or you cool, whatever it is, the trap can get you when you come out. While they also get the kill on Broxah, this was a Baron buff over to Fnatic. Stop Vitality from further pushing. But look at the minimap here. Notice how in the mid lane, Caps is sitting there, and Rekkles pushed the bot lane way past the dead tier 1 tower anyway.
Oh, but look at the vision. I think he's baited in by the vision. He thinks he's 100% safe, but it looks like Vitality completely evaded the vision on their way to the bottom lane.
But Drakos, why would you split up when your way to win this game is through 5 versus 5 and you just got a Baron buff? There was no reason to split up there as Fnatic. No reason to step forward without your teammates around. Not even Hylissang was nearby because he was trying to rush to Rekkles. So that was just a big mistake that got punished instantly by Vitality's very quick shot calling.
Tough. You can see Cab's head in hand. It's a long game. Knows that they're going to have to take it even longer if they want to bring it home. We are just about to get back into game. We work on resolving the issue there. But Deficio, this is... I feel like the more we see creative new things from Fnatic, a lot of the times we also see some of the same problems. Falling apart a little bit in the late game. Not always 100% connected on the same page.
I think just based on week 1 and now this game as well, some of the problems, we have to look specifically at Rekkles and not just at the team. It's been multiple times now where he will overextend in a side lane, trying to do too much on his own. And it's actually costing the team quite a bit. Obviously, there are other things as well in terms of Baron setups and just being a little bit too impatient. Always wanted to look for the fight. This game here, they were under a lot of pressure mid, and I think Fnatic tried their best to just hold on for as long as possible, and that's why they're still in this game. Despite a 7-0 Ryze sitting on the other side.
And this game feels really hard for Fnatic, right? Because we praised them for the early game. We said, hey, these guys have fantastic early game coming out of week 1. One of the best in the league, by far. And now they lose the early game. They go even in farm, but they're losing kills. They're losing pressure in the mid lane as Jiizuke gets stronger and stronger. And so now the way that they win the game is by playing into an area that we've already talked about being quite weak. So this is just really a difficult position for Fnatic to be, not just in terms of, yes, they're facing down a 7-0-2 Ryze who can 2v1 anybody, but also in the sense that it doesn't really fit with what they've been good at thus far. We're going to have to see if they can change that, though, as we're back in the game.
Yeah, I think the Fnatic team fighting has been okay. You know, if you look at it, it's mainly just the setups that's been an issue for them. Jiizuke taking quick care of that minion wave up top, but because, again, they have a strong 5-on-5, and because we're getting to the point where people are close to full items, that little gold difference, 4K, it's not a big deal. Vitality still needs to execute a late game fight. They have a Caitlyn. Minitroupax played super well the late game fights when we watched him last week. And then they have this super fed Ryze here. Sadly for them, they have a very underfarmed and underfed Lucian, who is not going to do that much in team fights compared to sOAZ on the other side.
And you see his build, and it still looks so focused on that side lane pressure versus a Vladimir. Has the MR, has the Death Dance, denying a lot of that burst, a lot of healing, but it's not an Infinity Edge, it's not a lot of crit, that's not a lot of just raw damage stats. So much of his gold has been put into defensive stats or healing as opposed to raw damage.
All right, now Fnatic are trying to group together mid. Jiizuke is sitting bot lane. Jiizuke actually removed his teleport. He took Ghost instead to be stronger in team fights. See if he can kite around properly on this Ryze here, but that does mean he needs to leave the bot lane and actually join his team if they want to do something.
But of course, with no Baron available, it's not a ton of risks short of Fnatic finding an engage here, but Baron buff is going to start to fade off a few members.
Look at the minimap again here. Now Rekkles is sitting top lane all alone. But they don't care. They're just running down mid because
this is an open inhibitor. Rekkles is going to get back, but the entire team of Vitality will be in position to stop him. Broxah is now going to look for the flank, but he can't walk face first into that Ryze. Instead, takes a lot of damage back. Luckily for Fnatic, though, Caps and sOAZ are strong enough they can ward off this push.
Yeah, and also with Rekkles recalling that early, it means Vitality now have to deal with a top lane wave that is going against them, and they couldn't get the inhib. Elder Drake is spawning fairly soon, but very few Drakes have been killed overall in the game here. So Elder Drake obviously still important, but not that big of a deal. Let's see, bot lane, no TP on Jiizuke, sitting and pushing.
No one is moving to respond. Retreat is coming out.
Fnatic's all over the place. Some of them are top lane, some of them are mid lane now. Now they're suddenly recalling top, realizing
Vladimir
they couldn't actually do anything. Jiizuke just got a free inhib turret.
Fnatic starting to fall apart here. You can see some cracks in the shell, some cracks in the shot calling starting to show up as the team just gives something up for free. No real advantage gained. You have the control wards. Fnatic are clearly ready to ward up, to make good decisions. But while the tools are there, the follow-through has not been.
And one of the problems there was that Fnatic spent time on pushing out top, then of course Recall to defend mid, while Vitality spent time pushing mid and bot lane.
Oh, Jiizuke, tons of damage. sOAZ running for his life. We'll get a bit of a heal up.
Flash is ready.
Wants to try to make it out. No, the fail flash. That's no chance for redemption. Jiizuke is legendary, breaking open the bot side, and Gilius wants to get things started. Caps is going to say no for now, but with a man disadvantage, Vitality should be able to break open this inhibitor line, and this may be their path to victory.
Well, can they get 2 inhibs at least? 45 seconds on sOAZ at the moment. No flash as well when he comes back. Minitroupax and the rest of Vitality will have to deal with this Azir turret first. Or just go bot lane.
Defensive tools from Azir coming out. Are able to break the first inhibitor. It only gets easier from here for Vitality.
And now Jiizuke can like sit on the flank all the time. Constantly see if he can pull members towards him so that mid lane is open.
Caps is getting warded off as well. That's going to be the second inhibitor falling. Vitality are in position to take this game if they can keep it going. Fnatic need to find a fight, need to find an opportunity to turn this back. 6K gold lead for Vitality just about. A little bit more than, actually.
And the fact that Vitality had push in bot and mid lane meant that they didn't care about the top lane push from Rekkles because they had 2 lanes they could play around. Okay, you deny me mid? Well, Jiizuke went back bot lane and Fnatic were calling, we haven't pushed top, let's go and get that tier 2 turret down. But obviously they had to run from base to top lane. So a lot of time wasted running that Jiizuke just spent killing that inhib turret. Right now, Vitality is showing better late game shot calling than what we see on the side of Fnatic.
Surprising. The veteran talent, Cabo, Gilius. I mean, haven't been on a team that's had insane macro, so it's not necessarily something you would expect, but the fact that they're showing up when it matters most is incredibly impressive. The rookie's now finding guidance, potentially from some of the older members of the lineup, but now Vitality are in position to fight. They are ready for this Elder Dragon. Already have 2 stacks for themselves. Fnatic, if they want to find a fight, they need to find it now. Jiizuke's on the bottom side. He's looking to move in. He's looking to end the game. The eyes on the Ryze. You can see him in the picture is the rest. The TP as well. Oh, Cabo's coming in. That's the 80 threat. That's the tower in trouble. The dragon is going to go down. Broxah is going to take that one, but there are no empowered recalls.
sOAZ got interrupted.
sOAZ going to get stopped. Minitroupax moving for more. Jiizuke on the tower. It's 2 fights. It's split. Keep your eyes on both screens. It's not even possible. But Rekkles is running. He's trying to save the team. Caps is holding on for dear life, but he pushes him back. Is this the moment? Broxah wants to turn it back. Oh, he gets it!
The MVP of the game also gets the last hit on the Nexus. Great shot calling from Vitality, knowing that all of Fnatic were looking for a fight around the Elder Dragon. Ryze ulti TP from Cabochard, and they finish the game.
Insane confidence.
I love this team. I love the way they're playing the game. They're so aggressive. They're not afraid of taking chances. And Jiizuke, when he gets fed, he's in your face.
This man was everywhere. No hesitation. The TP coming from Cabo. He may not have made an impact in the lane, but he came in clutch to push those towers out using the double tap. But you're right, Jiizuke, what a fiend.
And also credit to God Gilius in the jungle with the Zac pick. Executed the early ganks that got the Ryze going.
And you can see why he put some attention to the mid lane. You give that man support, he brings it home.
And Drakos just got denied.
Just got denied, but
a high five. I love it. Jiizuke can do everything. Deny casters, win games.
He's above us now. He's ascended. But I'm stunned. 3-0 for Vitality. A lot of people were skeptical after their first week. They said, hey, they took down a lot of teams that were expected to be towards the bottom. What does it mean? Well, Fnatic's a team expected to be at the top. 1 roster change. Expected to be fighting for top of the table, if not at top of the table. We put them as first on a tier list. We put Vitality as 5th. And they're making us eat those words, Deficio.
Just pinging our producers to quickly cut that part out of the podcast. No one will ever hear that again, but we have 1 team in Europe undefeated. It's Vitality, 3-0 at the top. Everyone else is just beating each other left and right, and we have seen now the former top teams drop a lot of games. Fnatic dropped 2 games, G2 eSports dropped 2 games with the new lineup as well. It's some of the new teams, some of the new names really making an impact here in the start of this split. And I love the fact we're seeing not only rookies do well, but also some of the veterans who's not been shining lately have a good performance.
Minitroupax also still has not died.
Still has not died.
3 games not died.
Bombed a lot.
Did not die.
Great moral support for Jiizuke as well when he was in the front line killing people.
All right, fine. Well, don't forget to give us your vote for player of the game. Our analysts have selected Jiizuke, Jacktroll, and Gilius as your options. You can head over to @LO Esports on Twitter and vote on the poll. We're going to be doing a quick breakdown here in the meantime. And God, it's so weird because I think we want to talk about just the chain ganking from Gilius, and that definitely set the team up for success, but Fnatic was still in the game after that happened.
But we got to see after these early kills here that it was a Fnatic team that had really weak late game shot calling all over the place. That got punished by the fact that Vitality played this split push so well after getting him fed. This time around, I will allow the Ryze ulti and the stopwatch combo. When you get a kill first, you are allowed to use it.
Yeah, I think when you're doing it in a clutch scenario.
This was the best moment, though.
And let's be clear, he had the combo. This man could have left, but he took the fight head on.
And the thing is, sOAZ was poked low already before it started. Caps just went in, got a few autos on him, but not enough to actually take down a super fed Ryze. And what's so funny here is that Fnatic were actually stalling the game. They were controlling top side. No Baron could be started by Vitality until they went bot lane and made this play.
This is... The communication here is just so clutch, because I think this is such a rare scenario in a competitive game of League of Legends. You have one individual member who is so strong that he can... Because this is the X-Packet, right? This is the Cassidon on the Nexus distracting him. This man had to run through 2 inhib towers to close out the game.
And we see a lot of trust between the members. When that call was made, we could already start hearing them go crazy on the Vitality side, being like, yeah, go, 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 this is it, you know? And 3 members stall, interrupt, sOAZ recall as well, and they know Jiizuke and Cabochard can finish this game.
Well, let's be clear here. This is absolutely a game of inches, because if sOAZ doesn't get the recall stopped, you saw how low Jiizuke was. You saw Cabo go down. If anything, absolutely anything went wrong there,
Fnatic can stall the game.
Fnatic can stall the game. Fnatic can take it further. Fnatic can try to find one more team fight. Things get harder and harder there, especially as Fnatic were the ones able to secure the Elder Dragon. So really clutch, really tough decision to make, but they do manage to pull it out in the end.
Just a sick play from Vitality.
Absolutely.
Good game.
Well, in just a few minutes, Yamato Cannon and Jiizuke will join the analyst desk as we look towards our next matchup between Schalke, No Fear, and Unicorns of Love. So be sure to stick around.